last time you took a bath?
I took one today.
No, I'm talking about when the last time you took a bath? Everybody hitting me up, talking about, oh, this what you like? Oh, you like your cat stink? No, I don't like my cat stink.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Cindy here, back with another video, and in today's video I'm gonna be sharing tips on how to freshen up without a shower. For those of you who might be wondering, sis, why do we need to know this? There are plenty of reasons as to why a person might require a bit of freshening up without actually taking a shower. For example, maybe you're on that time of the month and you need a little bit of a midday refresher. Perhaps you've been traveling for hours on end. Maybe you just got surgery, you're in the hospital. Maybe you're staying with someone in the hospital. The list could go on and on as to why you might need to freshen up without actually showering. And if you're interested in hearing the tips that I have to share with you, be sure to keep on watching. Alright y'all, so the tips that I'm going to be sharing with you today are tips that you could utilize if you have absolutely no water on hand. So if that is the case, the first thing that you're going to want to do is ensure that your hands are clean. Obviously, to freshen up your entire body, you're going to be using your two hands, so you want to ensure that, they're not dirty, they're not germy, etc., etc. Because you don't want to be transferring bacteria to various areas of your body. That being said, the first thing you're going to want to reach for is some type of alcohol or hand sanitizer. I have both here today. These are my holy grails. Ever since COVID and even pre-COVID, I always walked with a hand sanitizer, but now one is never out of sight. I need to have a hand sanitizer on me at all times, and if I don't have a hand sanitizer, then I have a spray bottle with some alcohol. 70% alcohol is what you need to get your hands nice and clean. So after you're done sanitizing, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to reach for some type of wipe. I have this one here from Huggies. It is the Huggies Natural Care Wet Wipe with Aloe Vera. I like this one because it has a nice soft scent to it, and also the aloe vera is really calming on my skin. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out a wet wipe and I'm gonna proceed to wipe down my entire body, particularly focusing on areas of my body that tend to sweat more than others. So this includes under my boob area, in between my boobs, behind my neck, behind my ears, all the areas of my body that contain any type of creasing. That's the area that I'm particularly going to focus on. But I'm just gonna tell you, wipe yourself down like you're actually showering. Just give yourself a proper wipe down and you will feel like you just stepped out the shower after doing that. Another tip that I want to share with y'all is if you don't want to be walking around with an entire pack of wipes, then you could just put a few in a Ziploc bag like this. I have this little mini Ziploc bag. Just throw a few of these in here, ensure that it is locked real tight, and they will stay moist for the duration of the time that you need to have them on hand. Step 3 is you're gonna want to reach for some type of feminine wipe. And hear me out when I say you don't want to use the regular Huggies baby wipes on your downstairs area, especially if you have sensitive skin or if you're sensitive in that area. So this is where a good feminine wipe comes into play. I have this one here that I use when I am at home. There you have it. But if I am traveling, if I'm not at home, I typically keep these individually wrapped wipes in my purse. So these are fantastic. They are from the brand Extra Care. That is because this is the brand that I could get here in Belize. We don't have Honey Pot and all those other nicer ones here in Belize. But if you live in the US, I know you could get your hands on those. So just pick up some individually wrapped feminine wipes that work for you and keep them in your purse. They're gonna come in handy at some point or another, trust me. So you're gonna get your feminine wipe, whether it's one in this type of pack or if it's the individually wrapped ones, and you're gonna wipe your downstairs area real good. Again, you're gonna use more than one wipe. In addition to cleaning your front area, you're gonna want to ensure that you also clean your back area. So you're gonna use the same feminine wipe, not the same one as in the one that you were using for the front, you're gonna use on the back. No, you're gonna get a new one and you're gonna ensure that you clean your back area nice and proper. That is just to ensure that this entire downstairs region is refreshed and that you don't have any type of odor from sweat or anything else. Something that I do want to throw in there at this particular moment is I want to encourage you, if you are not already doing this, to use wet wipes whenever you go number 1 or number 2. Let's just put it out there. I don't care which number you're going to go do, but just use a wet wipe after. So if you're going to go pee, use a wet wipe. If you're going to go, the next one, then use a wet wipe to ensure that you maintain that freshness in your downstairs area. That way, when it's time to use a feminine wipe, it's going to be really quick and easy because, down there is already semi-fresh because when you went to the bathroom, you were using a wet wipe. I have this one here from Cotton L that I really like. I use these at home. I use these on the go. So get your hands on these. They are the flushable wipes, so it makes it really easy and convenient to use absolutely anywhere. Get your hands on these. They are fantastic. After I'm done cleaning my entire body as well as my downstairs area, I'm going to proceed to either change my underwear or change my liner depending on how I feel. If you're gonna change your underwear, then you're gonna wanna get a Ziploc bag and put in your underwear that you were using in one of these. This is, of course, if you're not at home or you're not somewhere where you could actually properly store or put away your garment. But yes, if you're on the go, put your underwear in a Ziploc bag. And if you're not changing your underwear, then just ensure that you have pads, liners, whatever it is that you need to use on that particular day on hand so that you could have a fresh one to change. If you've been following my videos, you know that I like to reach for a Q-tip or two whenever I'm out the shower, and it is no different when I am out and I want to do a quick refresh. So I'm gonna get a Q-tip and I'm going to ensure that I clean both the outer and the inner portion of my ears as well as my belly button. One thing about odor, it loves hard to reach and dark areas, okay? So you're gonna want to ensure that both your belly button and your ears are properly clean at all times. After refreshing our body, we're going to move on to the next obvious area, which is of course our mouth. I would suggest that before moving on to your mouth, you again reach for some type of alcohol or hand sanitizer to ensure that your hands are clean. Assuming we don't have any water, obviously we can't brush our teeth, so these are the things that you do want to have on hand. The first is a tongue scraper. This is extremely important because as we're eating and as we're drinking things, we tend to have a buildup of a white film on our tongue, and that causes bad breath. So you're gonna want to scrape your tongue to ensure that you get rid of that. The next thing that you're gonna want to have is floss. Again, if you get food stuck in between your teeth, that causes bad breath. So you're gonna want to ensure that you floss really, really well so that you don't have any type of old food stuck in your teeth that could lead to bad breath. The final thing that I would encourage you to get is some type of, if you don't have mouthwash on hand, some type of mouth spray. I like these ones, the pocket mists from Listerine, because with 3 sprays I have fresh breath for at least another couple hours. So this is what I'm going to suggest. You don't have to get the brand Listerine. They have various other brands that you could get, but some type of mouth spray, or Listerine has the other little strips or the little films that dissolve in your mouth. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You could get those and they work just as good. Okay, at this point you should be smelling pretty clean, but if you want to go the extra mile and smell absolutely amazing, this is where body fragrances, body oils, body milks, things like that come into play. Before we get into that though, I would suggest that if you want your clothes to smell like you just took it out the dryer and for you to smell absolutely clean, that you get your hands on one of these Bounce sprays. This is the Bounce 3-in-1 Everyday Clothing Spray. It releases wrinkles, it eliminates odors, and it also removes static. If you spray your clothes with this, you're gonna smell like you just took your clothes out of a dryer with some nice smelling dryer sheets. So I love using this just to spray my clothes and give my clothes a little bit of a refresh. Moving on, you're gonna want to reach for some type of body lotion. I have this one here from Valentino. This is the Valentino Born in Roma. I love this not only because it smells amazing, but because it is travel size friendly. When it comes to fragrance lotions like this, especially if it's high-end type lotions, a little goes a long way. I just put a little bit of this in my palms. I lotion my skin real good, and I don't even absolutely have to use fragrance after using a lotion like this. But we want to go the extra mile, so you're gonna want to reach for a fragrance of your choice. Typically, people tend to reach for the matching body lotion and the matching fragrance, which is what I have here. This is the Born in Roma moisturizing lotion, and this is the Born in Roma fragrance. Here in front of me though, I also have decants of other fragrances which I love. The first is this Louis Vuitton Atrape Reeves fragrance, a nice floral fragrance. It comes in these little decants from Scent Splits. I will leave the link for you to purchase these down below if anyone is interested. But yes, here I have my Louis Vuitton. I have my Guerlain. This is the Spiritrice Double Vanille. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Beautiful vanilla fragrance. I also have a Christian Dior Ombre Nuit decant here. Just reach for whatever fragrance you love. I would suggest that you decant your favorite fragrance to have them on the go wherever, whenever. When it comes to how I spray my fragrances when I'm freshening up, I like to do a spray behind each ear. I like to do a spray or two behind my neck. That way, if anyone is walking behind me, they could smell me. I like to do a spray right in between my boobs and also a spray on each wrist. Something that I recently learned is just spray and leave your fragrance be. You don't need to rub your wrists together. You don't need to rub it in. Just spray and leave it be. Alright y'all, the final thing that I would encourage you to reach for is some type of hair mist. I have this one here from Pacifica. This is the Pacifica Hawaiian Ruby Guava Perfumed Hair and Body Mist. And I really just go in with a couple sprays. Pretty much that's it as a refresher. This is perfect if you are on day 3, 4, 5 hair. This will have your hair smelling just as amazing as your body. If you're interested, I will link everything that I could find online that I spoke about here today down in the description box, so be sure to check that out. If you like this video, you know what to do. Go ahead and give it a great big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, be sure to click that subscribe button. I would glad to have you join the family. Thank you all so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Bye!